seen the demo of Sarus 3D product, right? So Sarus 3D is India's first ever stereoscopic 3D interactive product which will help the students and teachers for teaching and studying the 11th, 9th to 12th of science and math subject, right? So in this session, I will give you in-depth knowledge of this Sarus 3D and its various parts like PWOs, which is play with object, videos, documents and the quizzes section with the help of 4 to 5 topics from each grade 11th and 12th, right? So let us start. So this is the Sarus 3D page. Now from here we can choose the standard, 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th or 12th. So let us start with 12th standard, right? So in the 12th standard there are 4 subjects: chemistry, biology, physics and mathematics. So along with the name there is some numbers like 13 chapters and 62 topics, right? So here the chapters are designed based on the NCERT, right? So first chapter is in NCERT is relations and function. So in this step the first chapter will be the same, relations and function. The sequence of topic in the relation and function chapter may vary, but the number of chapter and sequence of the chapters are the same as the NCERT. So you can see that relation and function is the first chapter, ITF is the second, similarly matrices and determinant. So one more thing, when we move cursor nearer to the tiles of the chapter, we can see some statistics. Like here we can see the 3 PWOs and 13 videos. So in this particular chapter, we covered 3 PWOs and 13 chapter to explain this chapter, right? So without wasting much time, let us start with 3-dimensional geometry. So as soon as we click on the chapters, we go through the chapter and on the left side, we can see the subtopics of that chapters, like equation of line in space, angle between combination of line and planes, shortest distance between two lines, equation of plane and likewise. So leftwise we can see the topic covered in that chapter, and also we can see the various chapters from here also. We don't need to go on the front page and choose the chapter. Here from here also we can choose the chapter. So and when we click on the chapter tiles, automatically first topic will be open. So first topic here is a equation of line in the space. So here we can see the 1 PW and 3 video in this particular topic. So let us start with the PW. So what is PW? We say it is a play with object. So we can rotate, zoom or move that object whenever we require, and we rotate it up to 360 degrees. That's why we call it is a play with object. So in this topic, equation of line in the space, we covered 3 subtopics. You can wear your glasses. So first is direction cosine of a line, equation of line through a given point and parallel to the given vector, and the third topic is equation of line passing through 2 given points. So first of all is the direction cosine of a line. So here you can see the 3-dimensional coordinate geometry, right? We all know what is the direction cosine. If a line in a space or a vector makes an angle alpha, beta and gamma with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively, then cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma are the direction cosines. But many a times students have the doubt in the mind, okay, how any line can make with angle with the 3 axis. In the 2-dimensional geometry it is very easy to visualize, right? If making angle alpha in with x-axis, then automatically it is 90 minus alpha with the y-axis, right? But in the 3-dimensional geometry, it is little bit difficult to visualize and to understand how any line can make angle with all 3 axes. So coordinate axis with the x, y and z axis, right? So from here we can see that this is a line in a space. So by color coding we can see the x-axis is green color, and this angle is shown that the angle between line and x-axis. Similarly, here beta angle with y-axis, and this angle is gamma, which making between line and z-axis. So here we can see that we can rotate it to the 360 degree. The student can visualize from any angle they want. Similarly, we can move here in the space anywhere, or we can zoom in or zoom out this particular model, or can say coordinate system. So by right clicking of the mouse we can rotate, by left clicking we can move, and by left clicking and scroll we can zoom in or zoom out this particular model. It is same for every model whenever they use the 3D model, right? So you feel like that it is very useful to student to visualize the angle between line and the axis, right? Apart from that, we have given the slider of x1, y1 and z1, right? So we can move the point. So I can give any x1, any y1 and any z1, and we can create different scenario. And on the here right side also we can see the calculation. The calculation of cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Apparently we call it L, M and N. Also we know that L square plus M square plus N square is equals to 1. So apart from visualizing, in the PWS section we can teach him the formulas, or how can it change by changing the value of different parameter. Here this x1, y1 and z1, which are the position vector of V, right? So by changing x1 we can see that the cos value of cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, means L, M and N changes, but we can see that the L square plus M square plus N square always remain constant, and which is 1. So this is the direction quotient. Now the equation of line through a given point and parallel to a vector. So in the textbook we show by this diagram we can see that this is the 3D, and for x and y we can say the x मतलब two coordinate geometry, right? Otherwise we want to say that this line is parallel to this vector. It is very difficult, look like same. If I don't draw this type of axis, then we cannot say this is in 3D or 2D, right? So it is very difficult to visualize student how two lines or vector or line or two vectors are parallel to each other in 3D. In 2D we can easily visualize in parallel, right? So here we can rotate and visualize, yeah, this vector B is parallel to this line in 3D, right? All of you may have feel like 3D, right? Yeah. So here also on the left hand side we have also given the equation of line in vector form and also Cartesian, right? So vector form R is equals to vector A plus lambda B. So here A is the point where the line is, from where is the line is the passing. So by changing x1, y1 and z1 we can change the line, right? And for B we have vector PQ. So by changing position vector of P and Q we can change the parallel vector, like we can change the vector D. So this is the P whose x2, y2 and z2 are -2, 2 and -3 respectively. If I change to -3, 1, 3 and for Q
see, the glass is going to be black out. Like this. If it is off, it should be a blackout.
Make sure everyone glass is from in 3D mode. Okay. So, by changing P and Q, we can change this vector B, and by changing the vector A, we can change the line from where it passed, right? So, here we show it in a vector form as well as in the Cartesian form. So, not only we are visualizing the how in parallel in 3D, but also we gave in the same page that the equation in the both form. So right from here we can teach the what is this concept equation of line through a given point and passing through a given point and parallel to any vector B vector, right? Similarly, the next equation may be equation of line passing through the two points. So similarly, here the position vector of A and the position vector of B. So by changing position vector of A and B, we can change the equation of line and how it's look in 3D. Right? And you can rotate, zoom in, zoom out, or move in anywhere in the given space. And here also we have given the slider of lambda. So we can change the value of lambda and change the equation of a line. And the one more feature is magnifier. If we are giving demo in the long auditorium, and many times the last bench cannot see clearly, right? So we have given this magnifier feature. So it will zoom out and can zoom up to 4x. And how it can be controlled plus. It will be magnified, control plus, and for zoom out it will control minus.
And it will be on the screen wise. So if you are going on the deeper or deeper mode, then you have to again do the same control plus. So another magnifier.
Clear? Yes. Okay. So let us see another topic. Let us say equation of plane. So in this equation of plane, there are 6 videos and 3 video sections. Later on I will come to this video and documented quiz part. First of all, I want to show some PWOs, right? Then we move to the quiz. Yes, PWO full form is play with object. Likewise, we see that we can zoom, rotate or move anywhere. So we can actually play with the concept or the models, right? That's why we name it play with object.
You can easily identify as a simulation, or like you can say as a simulation.
So here in this topic, equation of plane, we have 3 PWOs. The first is equation of plane itself. Next one is equation of plane passing through the intersection of 2 planes, and the equation of angle bisector of 2 intersecting planes. So first of all, let us see equation of plane. So in equation of plane, there are different type of equation plane, right? Like perpendicular given vector and passing through a given point, or a normal form passing through a 3 non-collinear point, and the intercept form. So let us see the normal form. Likewise, here also we have given the description on the left or right side and the sliders for changing the values. We can change in the limit of this slider and can generate the number of equations or a number of solution or case by case not vary. Here we can change the equation of plane and how we can see in a 3D. So here we can see this is normal is given, right? So we can easily visualize what is the normal to the given plane, right? In textbook it is given this is plane and the perpendicular is called as the normal to blah 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 whatever, right? So here we can easily visualize what is the actually the normal of a given plane and how plane is look like, right? So here the n cap calculation and we know the vector form, it is a r vector into n cap is equals to d, and what is d? D is a perpendicular distance from the origin. So here we can see that actually what is the perpendicular distance. Here we can visualize, yes, this is the 2.8 units whatever, right? 2.8 unit, it's a normal distance between the plane and origin, right? And by changing A, B, C and the perpendicular distance, we can change the orientation of the plane or equation of the plane, whatever you want to say. Or here we can provide the grid also. So student can easily visualize what is the XY plane, what is the YZ plane, what is the ZX plane, the different plane. In Cartesian coordinate, in the 2 dimension we have quadrants, right? Quadrants is very easy to visualize, but often it is very difficult. Many times teacher also to explain is a difficult task, right? My time it is very difficult to visualize for me to what is the octane, right? So here we can easily visualize. I will show in the 11th standard what is octane, how we explain it. But from here we can easily say this is the first option octane, this is the second, this is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and eighth. Many times teachers has to make some models kind of thing to visualize this type of concept, right? So here not this helpful for the student, it's also helpful for the teachers. We can reduce our time to explain difficult topics or make models or whatever. So we can easily go to this section and we can see, look, this is the octane, right? Okay. So in grid we can easily want it. And this is the I button, this is the information button everywhere we know, right? So whatever I said, for a right click we want to rotate, or left click we move, and left and scroll, zoom in and zoom out, all information is given in this instruction button. Many times we opt the move functionality or rotate functionality, then it is clearly mentioned in this instruction button. If there is not mentioned, then it will not work. Okay? And this is reset button, it will take you the first normal you have decided there. Likewise, let us say the equation of plane passing through the 3 non-collinear points. We can easily visualize line passing through 2 points, right? And how we can visualize that this plane is passing through the 3 non-collinear points from a textbook? Difficult? Little bit difficult or more difficult, depend upon the teachers and students, right? So by rotating this, I can say yes, this plane is passing through this 3 point A, B and C. Here the functionality we can change the A, B and C value. So by giving any point, we can show yes, from this 3 point, this plane is passing, right? So let us change the point A, B, C, right? Now there are 3 new points, right? And here we can see this 3 point also one plane is passing, and this plane is passing, and this equation is 10x plus 13y plus z minus 18 is equals to 0. So we can reduce the blackboard work also here, right? On a one screen, we can completely describe what is the equation of plane passing through a three non-collinear points.
Normal.
Sorry.
Visualize it is normal. Vector A cross vector is
Not
A
yes,
is passing through three distinct. Can you visualize that this
not
becomes
this
normal?
process. Not in this particular part. So covered in this shape. Okay. And the last form is intercept form. So intercept form is when plane intersect the x, y and z axis. So here from we can say it intersect y axis at 0, 5, 0. Similarly, y x axis at -4, 0, 0 and z axis at 0, 0, -7. So easily we can find the value of a, b and c, which is respectively -4, 5 and -7. And for that the equation of plane is -35x plus 28y minus 20z is equal to 140. And similarly we can change the value of intercept by our own, and the green option and the I button we know what is that, right? So now the another topic is equation of plane passing through the intersection of a two plane, right? That I don't know exactly the NCERT it is covered or not, but in JEE it is there, right? So when I was in school, right? So my teacher explained me this is the book. The one page is the one plane, second page is the second plane, and we can see the intersection of these two other pages coming out. So it is the equation of मतलब लाइट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन में जैसे एक दूसरा प्लेन निकल रहा है. So it is little bit difficult for me to visualize that is the plane and that is the intersection. And I thought that at the intersection point, beyond that there is no plane. बुक से दिखाया तो वही लगेगा ना कि मतलब ये प्लेन है और एक टाइम आई वांट टू ट्वेल्व फॉर अ स्टूडेंट इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू विजुअलाइज. So here we can see the one plane is in a one color, second plane is in another color, and this is the family of planes, right? So we can write this p1 plus lambda p2 is equals to 0, and we have given the various value of lambda by slider for understanding purpose. For 1, 2, we have the equation of that plane so that we can see the third plane. We can change the value of lambda. Otherwise, it's p1 plus lambda p2, and we will find the lambda's value by any given condition. We will show you in the example also. But for understanding, we have kept the slider of lambda, so can we get the equation of plane, and we can show him in the 3D figure, right? So we can change the a1, b1, c1 and d1 means the equation of first plane. Similarly, by clicking here, we can change the value of a2, b2, c2 and d2 for changing the equation of a plane p2. And by changing the value of lambda, we get the equation of p3, means the plane we were asking. So this is the concept. Now this is the example. Here we don't give the lambda value. Here the condition is given that the third plane is passing through this particular point, and of course it is passing through the intersection of these two given point. And to one more functionality or case, or we can say whatever, we select the reset button, then new question will be generated. You can see the equation of plane is changed and the point from where the plane is passing through it's changed. So anytime we press the reset button, new question will be generated, right? So we have done programming likewise we have n number of questions in any maths virtual. When we press on the reset button, every time new question will be generated. Either there it was the same concept, here it is the same concept, right? Or we can have say 2-3 types of question and the n number of question of every types. So whenever you reset button, you get the new type question and the new question. Okay? So 1 plus lambda plus p2 is equals to 0, and here we given that this plane is passing through this point, so we have put just x, y, z value of minus 5, minus 4, minus 7, whatever. And here we have given the input box, so that student is connected to this, not like just next button and the complete, right? So here we have given the input box, so student calculate themselves and enter the value. Here I don't want to calculate right now, so I have given any number. If and then submit in autofill button will work as a, it will automatically fill the correct value, right? So the submit button, and this is the wrong. You might have heard the sound of wrong, right? I don't know if the last can hear or not, but it is the sound for a wrong also. So we have two options now, retry and so on. If we want to do recalculation and enter the value, then we can do the retry or simply click on the show answer, it will show the correct answer. And here also we have multiple inbox, which is the coefficient of x, y, z and the constant term. Similarly, now I don't want to enter, so right now I am clicking on auto. So this is the plane and this is the green plane is what is last. Right? Now we have our slide. We can change any value. Once we calculate or know how to calculate, then we can imagine by changing any values. Right? So I think it is enough for BWO. Now I want to move the quiz section or video part, right? We will show different WebGIS when 3D is not. Maths is not like everywhere is 3D, right? So I will show how we conduct. Sorry. Yes, it is in vector. Vector algebra. Yes, yes. Scalar vector, triple product, and all is covered in vector. I will show you. And one more thing. After lunch, post-lunch session, there is a hands-on learning. So you can come here and whatever you want to show, you can do here. And we have 3 personal system also. So you can do it on the post-lunch session also. Yes, sir.
Do we have such kind of examples in each and every topic, or is it not available?
Means in example in PWS?
Yes. In each and every topic, as we have seen in the earlier part, in line segment, line part, we have got 4 sections.
Yes.
In each section, do we have examples like this?
Yes, sir. Here we have separate examples. In the line, equation of line, we have calculated in the right hand side or left hand side, so we don't need that for particular.
So that parameter was given. We can change that parameter and
Yes.
we can show that to the student.
Yes.
So as here you can see that as per that reset button, we can get the different set of questions.
Yes.
So is it possible that in we do have some
Yes, sir.
kind of
Most of if we covering the equation of then we don't cover, but here we can see that you can give the good number of examples. So that's why wherever it's possible,
you have.
yeah. So after teaching, we have to evaluate, right? for this test, we have three type of quizzes or a test, whatever you want. So here in the upper right hand side, we can see the topic quiz and chapter test. And another third type of test we will topic later. So first of all, what is topic quiz? Topic quiz name itself explaining, it is the quiz of this particular topic. We are at equation of plane. So all the question from this quiz, but at the first page we have only 25 questions. So when we retake the quiz, it will become new question, right? So the first question I don't want to solve here right now. So this is the right answer. If I choose this A, the right answer, then solution will come below that in the same way. In the third question, I choose wrong answer. So it shows the wrong answer and hint option are available. So when we click on the hint, so provided hint will be appear. Now we can choose the another. Okay. So this is also wrong answer. So we can obviously give three wrong answer and obviously fourth one will be the right answer, right? So in the quiz section, it is a not test. You have to complete in this much time or we have to evaluate ourselves. This is just a quiz, take a quiz course, right? Where we give the solution and if it is wrong question, wrong answer, then the hint is provided there. Likewise, it is a 25 question and we can quiz from here. And you can see that the export PDF. Whenever I click on this export PDF button, so whoever is the admin, right? So the PDF format is sent to their email. So by which we can generate paper also. Okay? Now the second one is the chapter test. So chapter test, I will say this is explanatory, right? It is a test of whole chapters, whether it is an 8 topic, 9 topic or 1 topic. Introduction to 3D, there will be 2 or 3 topic on section introduction. So this is the test of whole chapter. And this is not a quiz, this is a test. So here we don't give the right or wrong. You have to complete 25 questions and then result will be appear. Okay? So let us take randomly 3, 4. Now submit. So luckily I have choose 2 right and 2 wrong. This is 50% result. So out of 25 questions, I have attempted 4, from which 2 are right and 2 are wrong. And I have attended 41 seconds. Now we have 3 button right there. Retake exam means the same 25 question will be there and we want to give it retake, right? For a new test, there are 3 options: easy, medium and hard. So by designing this quiz, we have given the marks and the difficulty like easy, medium and hard. So for a chapter test, student can choose easy, medium or hard. Or for us to design a paper, we can choose easy paper, hard paper or medium. And the third one is a view result. So this view result gives the solution and which questions are wrong and right. The another advantage is it will redirect to that video, PWO or video. Like this is the first question and here we can see this the video. If this question is wrong and want to revision what is missing from my end, then it will be redirected to that video that where this topic is covered, right? So here also it is 1 PW or 3 videos in which this topic is covered. So question, solution, whether it is right or wrong, and for revision purpose, we have been redirected to the PWO or video section. So on that spot, student can revision and correct their understanding. Right? So like this. And there is a new test and retake test that we have discussed. Right? So another last two features, I will talk about third part type of exam later. First of all, I want to show you what is videos and what is the description. Right? So description is like a book. It is not copied from any of them. We strictly follow plagiarism. This document is made by subject matter expert only in his own word. Concept is that only. 2 plus 2 is 4 everywhere. Right? But we have designed in our way, in our way. Right? So, many times you want to draw in this blackboard and time maybe, and I know the mathematics syllabus is not covered in allocated time. Right? I have taught for 2 years and never I have completed any class on a time. So we can use this and reduce our time to draw the figures in a board or anywhere. Right? So you can use this as like, and student, we have also given the personal system, right? The student can revise from here also. It is the advantage of both teachers and students. Right? So student don't, if teacher is not available, student has to wait or something. Student can directly go here and can read this. It will save time of both teacher and student. Right? So this is the description, and every topic there is a description, right? Okay. Now there are 6 videos. In the first videos, I am particularly talking about equation of plane section, right? In this section, we have covered this topic in various 6 videos. The first is the equation of plane in a normal form, like this. So how can we use these videos? Similarly for description, student can use for revision or any for doubt solving session, right? It is the part of student. Now, for teachers, we can play this video, but most of the time we don't want it. Like I am here, then I will only explain. Yes, my mindset is there, right? So we can use the steps of here and put it on the mute. So it will reduce the time of our writing or drawing or whatever. So this video basically are made by 2 things. The PWOs and the annotation part. We write in the PPT and explain the concept, and then we'll go to the PWO part. So it is a video is a combination of 2D annotation and 3D PWOs. Right? So it is useful for both teachers and students. Am I clear? For video, description, PWO, and 2 types of visual text. Right? And in the video, here are thumbnails or a tag file, whatever you want. In the YouTube, you also saw that there is a tag, right? So anyone want to jump from 1 to 4. They don't want to revision of first topic as the second topic. Don't want to waste the time in that. So you directly can move to this 4th part, and the video will be playing from that point only. Okay? So, now here we can see the take exam. I am talking about third type of exam. First is topic quiz, chapter test, and the take exam. Right? So for a take exam, let us go first into mathematics. There is a chapter wise and all chapter. So full syllabus question paper can be generated, or we can choose the chapter like the first chapter and the continuity and differentiation. I want to take the exam of these two chapters. So we can generate that also, and for the final exam we can whole syllabus test
Auto chapter.
auto generate.
Can you repeat?
Start the exam. So it will show the questions of these two chapters. So there are 25 question paper, right? We have designed so many questions, but at a time it will give a 25 question. We will take, as we take the new test, then there will be a new set of 25 questions. I can sure up to 10 to 12 paper, no question will be repeated. Okay? So all the functionality are same as a chapter test. Right? We have to complete this. Yes, and there is a type of questions like multiple select question, MCQs, true false. Right? So here you can see the boxes, and somewhere you are showing the circles. Right? The circle means there is a MCQ, and this means the multiple select question. You can see here I can choose two options, but here I can choose only one. The circle means MCQ type and the box means multiple select question. Right? So let us submit, and the same view result, new exam and the retake exam. The same question, same option is in the chapter test. Okay? So, am I clear with these three type of exams? PWOs, videos, and description. Right? So I will show you another PWOs, right? In vector algebra, there is a scalar and triple vector product. So this is the description, test, videos, whatever. It's the same as the in every topic. So this is PWO, scalar and vector triple product. So the calculation of scalar and vector triple product is bit easier, but the real life application is different, right? We have the volume of this paper and the vector triple product application. Geometrical meaning is different, right? So we can visualize from here. So here two topics, scalar triple product and vector triple product, you can hear the classes. And next year it is on 3D model. So it is simple, A cross B dot C. We have to solve this determinant, and this is the answer for scalar triple product. But what is its geometrical meaning? We can here visualize this is the volume of this is minus 36, not minus is volume is a scalar product, scalar quantity. But we can visualize this is the volume. So here we have vector A, vector B, and vector C, and as you know, we can change A, B, and C, vector A, B, and C, and we can change the scenario, and we can visualize what is the real geometrical meaning of scalar triple product. So here the calculation portion is given. Here the sliders are given for changing the values and creating the new questions. But Here the one more button is given, which is concept. So in concept button, there is a definition or a derivation, whatever is required to teach a student or understand the concept for a student, it is provided. So it is not possible to give on the front page where the models and all say. So we have given it the concept button. All the definitions or derivative or required part is given in a concept, and then it is a calculation, and this is the slider part for changing the values, right? So here we can see the new thing, it is a concept button. Okay? Now the vector triple product. So this is the vector triple product, how to visualize it. A cross B cross C, and this formula, this calculation, it is very easy part. Student get full mark from it, right? But it is difficult to visualize this vector will be the perpendicular to the vector A and perpendicular to the vector B cross C and passing through the plane of B cross C, right? So here we can visualize and can teach the student what is the real scenario, right? The calculation part and the formula is very easy, and it will get full mark, I sure, for the triple product and vector. But student has to visualize what is this, and it will help not in the board but in the JEE or any exam. It will clearly help them to score any type of questions, right? So similarly, the calculation part, slider parts, we can change the value of A vector, B vector, C vector, and the same thing, which is the concept, right? So it is perpendicular to vector A and vector B cross C, and it will lies passing through the vector plane, passing through the B and C, right? Okay. Now this is the 3D where we can use 3D, but many of them we cannot use 3D, right? So let me take you to probability, multiplication theorem, and conditional probability, right? So this is the multiplication theorem, very easy, right? Now what we can do for this type of topics where there is no actual 3D. In biology there are heart, lung, blah blah blah. We can do the model of that. But in mathematics, like probability, we cannot in the odd even function. How can we present in the 3D? Periodic function. We can't, right? So this type of question we have here, right? The question is 3 balls are drawn at random without replacement, right? From a box where 8 pink balls, 9 yellow balls, whatever, 9 or 8 blue balls, right? Then the probability, the first question, all 3 balls are blue, right? You can visualize, yes, this is the bowl, there is some balls, we have picked 3 balls, right? And question is that all 3 are blue. Now, after visualizing, he or she may have to calculate and then put into the input box, right? So, this way, he or she can calculate and get engaged to this, right? Right now, I am doing it any random value. So on, right? So first ball, 8 by 25, there is 25 total number of balls and 8 are blue, I think, right? So it will be 8 by 25. Now we have given the without replacement, right? So similarly, P B by A. A already हो चुका है और B मतलब दूसरा ball भी blue होना चाहिए. Now the blue ball, number of blue balls are reduced to 7 and total number of ball reduced to 24. So likewise we can enter the values and so on. right? It is 3 by 24. And similarly, it will be 6 by 23. And we will be the final answer of the multiplication of 3. Now, here also we have given the concept button where we explain what is the multiplication theorem or whatever needed information is given in the concept button. Right? Now, you can see the reset button. Change without replacement is still there. Number of balls are changed for every age, pink, yellow, blue. Right? Again I will put reset button. Now the question also changed. With replacement. Right? Likewise I say the question and type of question both change whenever it is possible. Right? Equation of plane में हम type of question can't change for equation of line only. Right? So here we can change the type of question also. With replacement, without replacement, and the numbers are changing n times. N times you check the reset button, the new question will be generated. Similarly, for example 2, this is an example of playing cards. Right? Famous example, playing cards. So we have given card and we given to the n number of first question is the probability of both card of J. I am not going through this for telling, right? It will be understood the same as the previous one. I want to say only the reset button. You can say the what is the probability of card of a black card. So number of question is changed, right? Okay. Now look at the conditional probability, where we have used the example of ice cream to make it a little bit interesting, right? So we have put n number of cones of multiple flavor like chocolate, strawberry and mango, and the candies of same flavor. You can say 39 ice cream bearing the flavor mango, chocolate and strawberry. And shapes, the candies and cone. And now the question is, what is the probability that chocolate flavor given that is a candy? So it is the question of conditional probability. So we have to find how many number of candies and out of which how many of that chocolate flavor, right? So you can enter this value, number of candies and number of C intersection candies, and here we can arrange for calculation. So the cones are arranged in a one side and then the candies, right? So easily here from we can calculate the how many number of candies there will be. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 and 22 are candies, and out of which flavor we have to choose? This is chocolate, right? So how many candies of chocolate? 3, 6, 9 and 10. So 10 by 29 or whatever, I forgot the number. But it is so it will make some interest for student also. You can visualize the ice cream candy or whatever, right? So here the first question. I know probability is less than 1, but I am randomly putting the value. Right, so we highlighted the whole candies and the chocolate flavor candies. Right, now we put on the next button. So the number of ice cream and candy is the same, but the question, sub question is changed. Now what is the probability that one given that of chocolate? So sub question is changed. So there may be 3, 4, 5 sub question, and then it will generate a new question. But I don't want to solve 3, 4, 5 questions right now, you can do when the hands-on learning was there, right? But on the reset button, the main question will be changed, right? And the new set of sub question will be there, right? Okay. Now, how we can, here we can do little bit 3D, right? Not a mathematical 3D that we can do in a vector or 3D. But here some interactive and interesting part is there using 3D. But what you will do in odd even function and periodic function, right? I think periodic function is not covered in NCERT. Not covered, right? Yeah. So all NCERT topics are covered. Plus we have added some topics which are in JEE Mains. I am not telling the 100% JEE Main is covered, but some of the topics like periodic function, in 11th Vevicov method, plotting graphs, which are not in the syllabus of NCERT, but it is very useful, right? For solving the inequalities, we have to do Vevicov method. We can't do any tangle calculation and all this part. We have to use Vevicov. So that type of topic we have added plus NCERT, right? So let us see the relation and function part and the odd even function and periodic function. So here, this is the description of odd even function, which is level of JEE Mains, and the periodic function. Okay? And we have two PWOs. First is odd even function, concept and example, and the second one is a periodic function, concept and example. So let us go in odd even function. So there is a two tab, one odd even function concept and second one is odd even function example. So first of all, let us see odd even function concept. So we know that the even function, the graph of even function is symmetrical to the y-axis, and odd function, graph of odd function is symmetrical to the origin, right? So we can easily visualize from here. First is a y is equal to x. We know this is the even function. So we have given the calculation also. At x and minus x, f of x and f of minus x both are equal. Yeah, same. Right? So this is the calculative part from where we can say this is the even function. But in the JEE Mains, many questions are of graph basis, right? So from graph we have to decide this is the even function, odd function, or whatever many characteristics. But this is one of them, right? So here we can change the point and visualize that at x and minus x, the value of function is same. And this graph itself, so it is a symmetrical to the y-axis. So it is a even function. So here given to the concept button. So what is the even function and what is the odd function? F of minus x is equals to f of x, symmetric about y-axis, and x and y, x and minus x. For x and minus x, there is the same value of y. Then it is called as a even function, and otherwise it is a odd function, or third one is a neither odd nor even function, right? So we have covered all example like x cube. For calculation, we can easily say that f of minus x is equal to minus of f of x. That is the calculative part. But here from a graph, we can see that it is symmetrical to the origin. It means it is a odd function, right? And we can change for 1.1 and minus 1.1 point. can easily visualize this f of x and f of minus x are opposite side, are of opposite side, right? So it is the odd function. So from three way we can saying the student like not only for calculating part, we can visualize from graph and we can get the idea by x and minus x and f of x and f of minus x. It is a odd function or even function. But this is the modulus function. Y is equals to 1 by x. This is a hyperbola. Sin x. So for here from we can say that this is the symmetrical to the origin, right? So it is the odd function. For a cos, we can say it is symmetrical to the y-axis. So it is a even function, and it is the last quadrant is y is equals to e to the power x. It is neither symmetrical to the origin nor to the y-axis. So from graph itself we can say, right, it is not neither odd function nor even function. And by doing the calculation also, we can say that f of 0.2 is 1.22 and f of minus 0.2 is 0.82. So f of minus x does not equals to minus f of x or vice versa. So we can here say that it is neither odd nor even function. So this is the concept where we have given interactive, right? We can't put model here. How to put model of y is equals to x? It itself a 2D figure, correct? So where 3D is not possible, we have given this interactive type of portion, and it is the concept button, reset button, and I button. Okay. Now for a practice, we have given two different examples and its graph. So here f of x is equals to sin x and g of x is equals to x square, and we have to find f of g of x is odd or even. So it is a mixture of composite function and odd even function. So first you have to, and in mains that type of question is asked, right? Where not given y is equals to x square is a odd function or even function, right? We have combined through 2 or 3 topic, or it is another level topic if it is asked from one topic. So first of all we have to find f of g of x, and then we have to check it is f of minus x is equals to minus of f of x or f of x. So and we have given the graph of the same thing. From here we can see this graph is a even function symmetrical to the y-axis, right? So this type of question also asked. The graph is given and we have to decide its characteristic of its function or meaning or something, right? Similarly, for example 2, we have given this type of f of x, and this is the pure NCERT question, right? And this graph, from graph it is self-explanatory. This is the symmetrical to the origin. So it is the odd function. Likewise, in the periodic function. So here also periodic function introduction and periodic function various examples. So introduction. So we have given 4 to 5 function a sin bx plus c type question, right? Cos, tan, modulus function, and the partial fraction of x or ax type of question. And we have given the various slider a, b, and c. And we know the period is 2 pi by modulus of b, means why? Because sin bx plus c type of question is there. So the period will be 2 pi by modulus of b. By changing the a, b and c value, we can visualize that for after this this interval, the graph repeats itself. And the concept button, we have given the fundamental period of some functions, their definition, and what is the period t by modulus of a for a function ax plus b f of ax plus b. So by changing a, b, and c value, we can visualize its periods. So here we can say, if I put value a, then we can easily say the function of this period is period of this function is 1, because in an interval of 1 the function repeats itself, right? So this is the introduction part. Now the example, we have to input the value or choose the options. There is a second variant where we don't give the input but give the 4 options and you have to select the correct one. So let us choose pi by 4 and submit. That is the correct answer, right? Similarly, here also it is a wrong answer. You can hear the silence of wrong answer and the right answer, right? And the color itself, green color means right answer, red color means wrong answer. So let us so answer. So this is the pi by 2 is the right answer, and we have choose the incorrect answer, pi by 4. So the fundamental period of this function is pi by 2. Now we have given the graph of it also. So this graph you can see that after pi by 2 the function repeats itself. So the period of this function is pi by 2, right? So this is periodic function. I think we have played too much in 12, right? Now I want to show something about 11. So both from there,
Specific Suresh graph for polynomial.
the polynomial function for periodic function I want to say.
Polynomial function plus like base plus base.
Yeah, it is covered in 9, 10. Like the polynomial
Specific selection there.
yes, in the 9, 10 part, I will show you later, but I have not taken the other. Then I will show you 9, 10, 10, there is a separate chapter of polynomials both, right? So there we have covered up to biquadratic. So let us move to 11, right? So in 11, apart from introduction to 3D, I want to show something else, right? I will show you in later, which is I told you the octant part, right? I will show you later. First of all,
Application of definitions.
yes, sir.
Graphs are required.
Yes, sir. The 12th,
Application of
yes, sir. This is the application of integration. There is a given topic, area under simple curve and area between two curves. So in the area and the simple curve, we have one to include. Where we have given this many question, right, above the x-axis, below the x-axis, intersection of x-axis and 1 point, right hand side of y-axis, left hand side of y-axis, and intersection of y-axis and 1 point. So I will show you the first part, like simple curve. Okay? In this PW we have got simple curve. Area under the simple curve. It's calculation and there it's the visualization. In the second part, area between two curves. There is 3 PW, area between two curves, area of circle not common. These two topics are covered in were asked in JNL. So we have added in this section The main introductory topic is this area between two curves. So area between two circles, area between parabola and circles, between two parabolas, ellipse and line, and area between sin x and cos x. So let us go into area between two circles. So this is two circles and we have to find the area covered between these two circles. Okay. So let us move to 11.
Yes.
Mathematics, there is 19 chapters. I know there is no 19th chapter in NCERT, but as I said, numerical method, plotting the graph, we have 8 in the different chapters. So you can see that the Vico method, theory of equation, and plotting the graph. These three chapters we have added beyond NCERT. So let us permutation and combination. Permutation, first is fundamental principle of counting. So fundamental principle of counting is m cross n cross p. That is only, right? So here we have done something different. A girl who have one shirt, two pants and three pair of shoes. How many different outfits can he choose? Right? So I heard, I don't know, but girls have a very much confusion in deciding the clothes and outfit and whatever. Right? That's why we have chosen this. So here we have one shirt, two pants and three pair of shoes. And how many ways he can decide or she can decide her outfit. Right? And for reset button we change the number. Here one shirt, three pants and one pair of shoes. So let us start. Here we have three shirts, two pants and one pair of shoes. So here three ways. We can choose shirt three ways and pant two ways, right? And the shoes in the one way. So here 3 into 2 will be 6. And 6 into 1 will be 6. From here we can visualize the outfit by clicking here. For choosing this shirt, pant and shoes, we can visualize here. For this, we can visualize from here also. So it is a try to make topic interesting. In fundamental counting of principle, we cannot add any type of variable. It is simply m cross n cross p or whatever. That's why I want to show this picture where we have tried to make topic little bit interesting. Right? Okay. Now let us say to trigonometric function. Here also we can do nothing like that, right? In trigonometric functions. For trigonometric functions, I will show one GL from here also, where we have given all 6 trigonometric functions graph by using unit circle. And we have given in which quadrant it is decreasing or in which it is increasing. So in one place we can visualize all 6 graphs and their characteristics. Unit circle and trigonometric function. So here sine function is marked as t. So we can visualize as a point moved in a unit circle. So the graph is generated with the, so here we can see that in first quadrant it is positive, in second also positive, third it is negative, fourth is also negative, right? And its domain and range. The domain is R and range is close interval -1 to 1. The behavior and sign. So we can say that here decreasing from 1 to 0, here decreasing from 0 to -1, and here increasing from -1 to 0. So from this one page we can give a whole idea of a sine graph. It's a graph, its characteristics, where it is plus, where it is minus, right? Similar, I will check the sine and mark check as a cos. So we can give exactly idea what is cos, its characteristic, and where it is positive, where it is negative. So here you can say that decreasing 0 to -1, in third quadrant increasing -1 to 0, in fourth quadrant increasing 0 to 1, and it is sine. So first quadrant plus, second minus, third minus, and fourth it is a positive, right? And its domain and range, and you can click on each and every 6 graph, right? So from the one page only we can conduct, we can study, or we can teach all 6 graphs, all 6 trigonometric function by using unit circle. Till 10 it is from right angle triangle, right? Opposite side by hypotenuse, blah blah blah, whatever. From unit circle we can visualize the graph and its characteristic and whatever we want to say here from a one page only. Okay. Now I want to show the again the probability. Probability is overwritten, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, everywhere there is a probability. So let us say 11 probability. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Here. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Sorry. No, grouping and distribution. You are talking about the still not. Okay. Probability. Very introduction part is there in left, right? Not much in depth. So here sample space, types of events, and the calculation of probability. Only 3 parts are covered in 11. So we have made only one PW and covered all 3 parts. So first is sample space and event. So again it is the case of tossing a coin twice. If we toss the coin first time, it is a probability of tail or head. So it is the first coin, tail or head. We have shown it is in the form of tree diagram, right? So this is the first toss, there is head and tail. In the second toss, if in the first toss it is a tail, again the same probability. Second toss is a tail or head. Similarly, for if the first toss is a head, then also the same probability. It is a tail or head, right? This is the tree diagram, and we have shown the sample space TT, TH, HT, and HH. Here we want to write the event E, getting exactly one tail. So here it is a 2 tail. So this is not an event. This may be the event. So I select this. This also. This is the 1 tail. And here 2 heads, so will not be the part of the event. So these two TH and HT will be the part. So it is the right answer. Right? Now this is the consent button. What is the random experiment? Outcome, sample space, and event. Now I want to reset. So new type of question is generated. Here the Question is family of 3 children. The first children may be boy or a girl. The second children again may boy or may girl. But here in the T diagram, first boy and second may be boy or girl. Similarly, 3 time point tossing and 2 time. That kind of 4 type of question, but here the event may be different every time on pressing the reset button or a next button. Okay, so this is the of sample space and event. Now the types of event. All events which are covered in the 11th standard is given in this one case. Right? Impossible event, sure event, simple event, compound event, complementary event, event A or B, event A and B, event A but not B, mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Right? All the events are given here and all the event is explained with the help of the 52 cards. Well-known example. And for concept, we have given the concept of simple. We are here in the simple event. So we have given the concept of simple event. So we give the definition of what is simple event. And the question is, write an event. The selected card is a jack of club. So we have to select any number, any card, and we can select likewise also. Okay? Submit. It is the wrong answer. Obviously, this is the wrong answer. So we have 2 options: retry and so answer. Right now, I am doing so answer. So this is the correct answer. Because this is a simple event, there must be the one only. Right? Similarly, compound event. The concept of compound event is given. Right? For any event, you can later, after post lunch, you can fill it. Right? Now, last thing I want to do is introduction to 3D or of that part, right? Yeah, this is the introduction to 3D. The first time student come across the 3D geometry, right, in the 11th standard. So, my teacher told me that the axis coming out from your book for a board is a z axis and going inside it is minus z axis. Right? It is a bit difficult to visualize. So, here we can visualize what is z axis, what is x axis, what is y axis and how they are perpendicular to each other. In 2D, we can visualize this is the perpendicular. But in 3D, how it is perpendicular? We have to visualize, and many of them can't visualize, right? So here we can use this model and visualize what is 3 axis in 3 dimensions. And we can change the point on the x axis, y axis, or
Can we show that any point A, 2, 3, 4?
yeah, we can change the y value of y1, z1. Here it is a input point of axis, so we can move as the axis. Yeah, it will be an octet and plane. Here we are talking about axis only, so we can move the point on the axis. Now, this is the plane, right? XY plane, YZ plane, and ZX plane. It is also difficult, right? What is the XY plane, ZY, and XZ planes, right? Now we can here turn on the grid and easily visualize this is what is XY plane, ZX plane and YZ plane. Here we can move the plane in the plane, move the points in the plane. Previously we only move in the axis only because we are talking about axis only. Now we are in the plane, so we can change in a XY plane value of x and y, because value of z is anyway how it is 0, so we can change the value to x1, y1. And similarly yz plane, we can change y1, z1, because x1 will be 0, and zx plane, we can change the value of x1 and z1 because y value is 0. Now it is the main part, which is octant. Here we can visualize, yes, there is a 8 part, right? In quadrant there is a 4 part, easily visualized, but in octant we have to visualize. It is hard to visualize, for there is a 8 part. So here we can rotate this coordinate system and we can visualize, yes, there is 8 part, and that's why it is called octant. Now in the first octant, all the value is positive, x, y and z. If I do the x minus, then will be in the second octant. So here it is highlighted that you are in the second octant, right? Now I want to y minus. Now I am in the third octant, where x is minus, y is minus and z is positive. Likewise, you can change the value, change the point, and you can fill where you are in the 8 of the octant, right? Okay. So from my side, we can go for lunch in the second floor, and post lunch session you can hands-on experience one. Right? Okay? Thank you. We will be meeting again here post lunch. Yeah. It's 2:30, right? Or you can complete the lunch and come and you have one. This system also and one project.